Okay, I'm back. Bless the Father. Y'all pray for me. Blessed, and y'all pray for me and my mind and my lack of timing. Every time I travel, I be like, dang, I'm not on the right time zone. Every time I have appointments, I'm not on the right time zone. Let me get it together. Let me get it together. Come on in the room. Share this, share this, share this. Okay, share this so you can get your community, your collective, your tribe this information. Every day we're coming on with a journal prompt for these 45 days, but more importantly, we have like different experts that's gonna chime in to give us their pro tips, give us their, insight and wisdom on what we should be doing. Was I on a date? What day was I on, honey? What date was I on? I ain't got no date. You know what? People suck. I ain't been asked out on a date. I'm not lying. I'm lying. I did get asked on a date, but it was by some random stranger that I've never seen in my whole life. But I guess that counts. Nah, I ain't on a date. Sometimes you gotta wake up and just be a goddess. I am a firm believer that you're supposed to wake up and put on your goddess attire and just wake up and give the world what they want. If we are supposed to be a reflection of the Most High, then we should always be, walking into the world as such, in my opinion. That's my opinion, and, everybody don't agree with that. Everybody don't like it. Don't nobody, we live in America, most of us, and they want us to wear sweatpants and sneakers all the time and just be regular. And I just feel like that's a disservice, in my own opinion. Now and there, I do have some legging days and I have some sweatpants days, but my legging and sweatpants days don't normally be like everybody else's. But I do believe that if we are a reflection of the Most High, then why are we not, representing that in the world? Why do we not bring that same frequency, that same energy into the world and make other people think about that too? You know what I'm saying? If you look good, you feel good. And if you look good, you make other people feel good. I don't know if that's true, but that's my motto. And make other people feel good. You wearing bright colors, you wearing something that, gives them that, feeling, then I think it's an amazing thing. What's up, Las Vegas? What's up? How are you? Welcome to our tribe. Welcome to our circle. I see. You might have to request to go live with me, babe. On killing time. Let's see if it worked. Cause we ain't do no test runs, so let's see if it worked. Let's see if it worked, and it does. Hey,
What's up,
Cypher,
beautiful? How
how
you
are
doing?
you?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
Amazing, per usual.
That's good. That's good. Just sitting here wrapping up a shift at the water plant.
Okay, look, you be working hard.
That's the only way to get it.
That's how I
I
know
don't
you
know
in
nothing other
overtime. You
what.
works hard.
Yeah, I mean, I'll make it happen. So just,
That's a good thing, though.
they say don't complain about it, be about
That's the truth. Be active.
it.
Get
Be
active.
active.
Yeah,
Get active. Okay? Don't nothing come to you sitting on your tail
it
feather.
does not. It does not. So let's get into it. Okay,
Okay.
so we've been doing this 45-day challenge. We are on the week of physical. Today's prompt, so I always ask everybody when they come on, like to answer their, response to the journal prompt. So the journal prompt today was, when is the last time you've been outside, like in nature? And then
hmm
how did it make you feel? Like, how does it make you feel when you're in nature?
The last time I've been out in nature was like 2 days ago.
Okay.
I run this trail along it's a creek, and I jog on this trail, and everything, the water resonates with my water.
Right.
So we are an energy force, and everything, your energy supersedes you outward. So when I'm out there, I'm connecting with the trees, the water, the birds, and everything is going harmony. So this is why you feel more relaxed, and then when the water flowing is speaking to the water within you. So this is why we are the people we always love being by the beaches.
Yeah.
When we got conquered, they pushed us inward while they kept their asses by the beaches. But if you look at any of the towns that our ancestors had, it was always by the water. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So how can you incorporate? Because you said 2 days ago. How often do you do this?
Uh, I do it. I try to get out at least 3 to 4 times a week within a week. I try to get out there. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's rewind. Tell
Mhm.
everybody who you are, what it is that you do, how amazing and dope you are, so they can like really understand why I have you on here.
Okay. Uh, my I go by my spiritual name is Kapata. My government name, for some of the people out there might know me, is Jerome Lawrence. And I'm a scientist, nutritional scientist with a holistic approach to health. And I always approach health from an African perspective because that's what the great Dr. Lalina Africa taught me. And I didn't know it then when he was teaching me, but by now I understand if I approach everybody from our standpoint, even the people who don't need as much nutrients as we need, they will benefit. So I'm hitting everybody. I'm doing the opposite. Everything that Western medicine, this whole Western, you have to do the opposite.
Right.
So Western medicine approach health from the people with the least amount of bone density, who need the least amount of nutrition. So then we take us who need the most, and we go by their protocol, we're going to still be sick according to their standards.
Mm-hmm.
So I just basically try to take this scientific world information and break it down to the simplest form so that everybody can understand it because that's what it's meant for. We didn't like Dr. Africa always say, we wasn't given this body to walk around our whole life and not know what it was and not understand it.
Right.
So I just try to help people understand, just their body and what's going on. Like, I give an example. I made a video today and I posted and I talked about, you see a lot of people working out. And one of the nutritional plans, you hear a lot of people meal prepping and all that, is chicken and white rice.
Mm-hmm.
Because their concept, getting the protein from the chicken, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the white rice is going to fuel them. But they don't understand the process where they strip the nutrients and the fiber, even though fiber is a essential nutrient, but they separate it for they how they do things. But when you're eating this white rice, now you got all this polysaccharide. That just means long. For people out there, that means sugar molecules in a long chain.
Right.
That's all it means. So you hear polysaccharide, monosaccharide mean one simple, and disaccharide mean two. They all Greek words. So I try to tell people that. So when you eat this, who has to deal with it? The liver. The liver will turn excess protein and excess sugar into triglyceride. This triglyceride will turn into VLDL, which will now become a cardiovascular disease inside the body. Then what happened is that we would think, oh, too much protein is affecting the kidney. Well, it started before it even got to the kidney. It started in the liver. The liver became fat. The liver can't do its job. The next organ up to be affected is the kidney. So I try to just take things like that, give it to people simple so they can understand and don't get so caught up in protein, protein, protein. I need all this protein and not really understanding how this works inside their body.
Yeah. And that's the good part. That's one of the reasons that I do like your particular platform because you do talk about it from a holistic perspective. And that's something that I've been talking about like forever is that
Hmm.
it all ties together. Like we
Hmm.
can't just be treating one thing and thinking that that's the problem. No, there's something else that's really the problem. There's another
Yep.
root to this dynamic. So are we really addressing the root of the problem and how it's
Yep.
showing up in the body? How, like, if somebody comes to you, what is normally your process? Like, if I was to come to you as a client, what's the process that you would go through?
Okay, first I'll listen to you because just listening to you is going to tell me a lot. It's going to tell me about your emotional state. That plays a critical role. I can tell you can eat all the right food, but if your emotions is messed up, then
Right,
that's right there. You're not even going to absorb none of the food that you're eating.
right,
So then I need to listen to you. Is it a current emotional thing I'm dealing with? Is it a past? And I mean, by past, it could be from a relationship, a child, a parent, Was it teenager? Was it? I had to figure out where is the disconnect at, the emotional disconnect. Then I speak to that, and I try to correct that because then I look at the nutritional side. What are you eating? And once I know what you're eating, I know what you're getting, what you're not getting.
Mm-hmm.
And I find out if it's something to do with the nerve. I'm gonna ask you, how do you prepare your food? Because now I'm gonna look at, are you cooking food in aluminum foil? Because we all were raised like
Right,
that.
right.
You heat your
Then
food in
you
aluminum
gotta put
foil. You take
aluminum
it
foil in the
here.
pan.
You gotta put aluminum foil in the pan and all that. But we didn't understand that the aluminum get leached into the food. We eat the food. Now we have a problem because we don't have a concept on how we're gonna get the aluminum out of our body. So that's the approach. I try to look. I listen to you, and you basically tell me what is going on with you. I just understand the body, how it works.
Okay.
So I know, oh, you stressed it? Oh, okay. So yeah, that's what tell me this part of the body is shut off, this part of the body is fired off.
Mm. So let me ask you this, because I was having a conversation the other day. I was going through one of my little rants. Because
Hmm.
every once in a while I'll be like, man, forget this. I'm shutting down. I'm not doing this no more. I'm gonna live in
I feel
abundance.
I had that conversation with myself almost daily.
Right, right. I'm like, they don't want to be saved. But
Uh,
I was sitting and I was talking because something that kept coming up. I was like, why do we wait until it's a state of emergency? Like, why is it like in anything, honestly, especially with our people, is it, you know, I'm comfortable right now. So I'm not going to do the things that I know I should do, but I will do it once it hits a point where it's like I don't have no other choice. Because I know how many clients used to come to me as like now, or like when COVID hit. When COVID hit, now y'all want to buy the elderberry. Now y'all want to buy the sea moss. Y'all want to buy all the stuff that we've been talking about for years, but you weren't buying it when we were trying to get you to buy it. It was when there was a state of emergency. So
mhm.
for you, I want to understand, like, what have you seen? Why do we wait until there's a state of emergency? Why do we wait until basically life is life and shit done hit the fan? Now we want to be like, oh, proactive about our health or proactive about the things we need to incorporate.
Can you still hear me? Got a call
Yeah,
came in.
yeah,
Okay,
I
okay,
can.
cool. One of the things that they do, the mindset. First of all, we got that, oh, I get to it tomorrow. We always expected time. We got time.
Mhm.
You don't have to, you don't know what your body is looking like. You don't even know what test to get ran when you go to the doctor to get your lab work. Are you getting a C-reactive protein test? Are you getting a test for to see if you have a blood clots? Or you don't even know what test to actually run when you get this, and you don't even know how to even read if you have good liver or not.
Right.
So we take time for granted, for one. Then two, we feel indoctrinated in believing what the Western medicine say. I have so many people come to me when they first get diagnosed with cancer.
Mhm.
They go to the doctor. The doctor do all that chemo inside their body, tear their ass up. The doctor tell them that. Then the doctor tell them that, hey, I can't do nothing for you right now.
Right.
So then they come back to me. Now
To fix it.
they got seven days to live and want me to do a miracle within those 7 days. I'm gonna do
Right.
the best I can, but now when you find out that you have this disease, you're stressing off of it. Now the stress is going to cause even more problems.
Yeah.
So now you come at me stressed. So everything I'm telling you, you're not even hearing because when emotion is high, logic is low. So you're not even hearing what I'm saying. So now I got
Mhm.
to deal with the emotional part to bring you back down, to raise the logic up, just to give you the information. So it's a lot more work on me when we procrastinate. But it's all part of the programming that been put inside of us and passed down through epigenetic DNA transfer from slavery all the way down. It's like an animal. We've been conditioned to be waged on. Somebody tell us when to eat, tell us when to do this, tell us when to do that, and we just pass this on down, on down, on down.
Mhm.
So that's why we procrastinate and don't take it for serious. We take it life for granted.
So what can we do? I'm always asking. I wear one of my friends out. I'll be like, so what's the solution? What can we do to fix this? Because it's to me it makes the job harder. Like my biggest like fight right now has been helping women who are high performing females but they're not understanding like you gotta put preventative care. You gotta actually like pause. You gotta take the vacation. You gotta actually do the meditations, do the things that help regulate the nervous system. So you're not worried about, you know, now I gotta manage stress. Now I gotta manage being overwhelmed. Now I got no, we need to eliminate that. We don't need
Yeah.
that to be a part of your daily life. So if you're doing the things now, then you don't have to worry about getting to a point where you burning out or you ready to quit or you standing outside of your house ready to burn the bastard down. So
Right.
what is it, that we can do as a preventative, or like, is there something that us as practitioners should be doing more of to educate our consumer?
One, we have to realize that everybody has a clock inside of us to wake us up, because we all been asleep. And everybody's going to wake up at different times. And if my clock is set to wake me up at 10 o'clock, and yours was set to wake you up at 9 o'clock, and now here come your ass at 6 o'clock. And so yours was set to wake you up at 6 o'clock. Now here you come trying to wake me up, and I still want to be asleep. What the fuck? What you doing waking me up right now? I'm not, no, I'm not
You
hearing
got
it. It ain't meant.
time.
Yeah, so you can't, you just gotta put it out there and let it resonate with whoever is going to resonate. I had to change my way of thinking. I cannot save everybody. I'm not meant to save everybody. My journey is just to get this information and throw it out to the world and let it hit whoever is going to hit. And
Mm,
once it's out there, it's always out there. It's going to keep recirculating, and it will hit people when their clock go off, when their alarm go off. It's
I
just
like
sometimes
that.
we just hope it don't go off when it's when the fire is a 10 blazing fire,
Right.
the house about to burn
It's
down.
everything
You know,
almost in ashes, and now you want to put the fire out.
exactly. So that's all you can do is that a lot of times we get caught up in thinking we got to save the world or we got this information. Everybody don't want it. Some people want to eat, you know what I'm saying? Because you hear a lot of people say, we're going to die anyway. But
Oh,
the missing
listen.
part is that you might not die. You might have a stroke and be paralyzed from one half of your body. Now somebody got to
Mm,
change their whole life to take care of you. And because they're not equipped with the proper mindset to do it,
mm,
plus the proper information on how to do it. Now they're overstressed. They might put themselves at high risk of having a stroke. It's just a
yep,
domino effect.
yep.
So so we have to change that thinking that I'm gonna die anyway. Yes, we all gonna die. We all have an end date, but it's about how you live from A to Z, the
Yeah,
quality of life.
probably.
That's it.
Yeah, yeah. Something Layla used to say, used to daggone keep me in tears, was like, "Oh, you just want to be comfortable until you die. You just want to be
Yeah,
comfortable."
yeah.
So I'm like, you just putting a temporary band-aid on it until it's time for you to transition, and that don't make sense. Like, why would you not want the quality of your life to be amazing? Why
Hmm.
wouldn't you want the quality of your life to be, you know, the best? Like, I want to live and be the best that I can, the peak performance that I can actually operate in everything that I do, not just this physical temple, but in everything that I do. So what would be your top tip? Because that's what we've been like meeting with everybody, is like, what is your top? Okay, if I had to choose one thing that I could do every day to be like live my best life, to be great, what would that be?
For me, I know giving my body all the nutrients it need daily. Because once I give my body the nutrients it need daily, then that's going to allow me to be great physically, mentally, spiritually, and
Mm,
emotionally. Missing
mm.
nutrients, I can't do none of that.
You're gonna
So
be
that's the foundation of everything is making sure you got enough nutrients inside you to do what you're supposed to do.
So what would that look like? So I know you have products on your site. I just sent somebody to your site the other day, when you had your sale. So
Mhm.
what would that look like if we wanted to come to you? We'd be like, hey, what do I need?
I start off with my essential package. That's my rebirth and vitamin C together. See, the reason why I put those two together is because you don't want to take vitamin C by itself, like having an envelope with nothing in it, because it's missing the flavonoids that make it whole. So the rebirth have all the flavonoids. So when you team them up together, the rebirth also have all the nutrients you need daily. So when you team them up together, you have a very powerful supplement. So that's a go-to is the essential package. That's the first thing out the gate because that's to give you has It has some omega-3s in there that the brain need, the nervous system need. It has some protein in there, well, basically amino acids. Let's get it with protein is nothing but amino acids. You know what I'm saying? So it has amino acids in there. It has your selenium. It has your zinc. It has your magnesium. It has everything that the body needs to get you through. So that's the first place I would start. The next place I would start is focusing on things you can control and not worried about things you can't control. Because soon as you start worrying about things you can't control, you're going to get yourself in a state of fear, a state of stress. And America is built on that because I know that they purposely keep us in a state of fear and stress because that's going to break down the body. If you break down the body, you're going to go to the doctor. They're going to give you more medication. And it's a vicious circle that's going to keep everybody rich but you and keep you sick. And no matter how much money you got, you heard Holly Berry say she pays some of the best doctors. I call them just an overpaid lie. So you pay some of the best doctors this money, but they still misdiagnose you, especially as a black person.
Yeah.
So we just have to really understand that. So I would say making sure you get like my essential package and making sure you get enough magnesium in daily. Because without enough magnesium inside your body, you're going to have a lot of symptoms that is due to magnesium deficiency, but they're going to get labeled something else, from diabetes to too much estrogen to lack of sleep, digestive issue. Your injuries are not healing because, they're taking all this so-called protein, but not realizing that magnesium is needed to break down the protein into simple amino acids and then combine them back to a protein that your body needs. So you're going to have a lot of different symptoms. That's a magnesium deficiency. High blood pressure, magnesium, that's another magnesium deficiency. Diabetes, part of a magnesium deficiency. Low energy, part of a magnesium deficiency. So the list goes on and on and on.
Yeah, that was one of the questions. What are the symptoms? Like, what would be a symptom that I might be deficient in magnesium?
Yeah.
So there it is. So then the other thing is, what do you see a lot of women in our community coming to you for?
Fibroids, menopause, and too emotional. And not understanding how to regulate the emotion. Understanding that all this microplastic, because when you look at it, you start thinking about, okay, the body always has checks and balances, right? When a woman's menstrual cycle starts, it's called a phallus, and it grows inside. Once it releases the egg, it's turned to what they call a corpus luteum. During this time, the estrogen levels start to increase until she starts ovulation. Once she starts ovulation, progesterone will start going up. But if the egg is not fertilized, progesterone will decrease, and so should estrogen levels, to start the cycle all over again. But what happened is, because all this microplastic that everybody using, the chemicals that make the plastic mimic estrogen. So now your cells will create all these estrogen receptors, and in your body, it will signal your body to do something to keep growing. So now these fibroids that should be dissolving, this egg and the corpus luteum that should be dissolving, is now growing. And this is why women will have 6, 7 different fibroids and different sizes inside their body. Is all due to too much outside estrogen. It ain't even inside estrogen, because when you go back and you look at it, and you look at women who's going through menopause, menopause is a sign of estrogen being too low, because estrogen helps regulate the body temperature. And this is why women during the beginning of the cycle, they be bloated, because estrogen holds water. When your brain is not getting enough oxygen, it will signal, the pituitary gland will signal to produce more estrogen so that it can grab the oxygen and convert it to water content for the brain.
Yeah.
But we don't have, but when you don't understand this, and you're not taking in understanding, like when you start, a woman, when she starts ready to go into her cycle, she should go in super on her nutrients. Like a week before, taking in a bunch of nutrients, because you're going to lose through it. And once you clean yourself out, I done had women who did my dewormer and my detox package, and they would normally have a lot of cramping leading up to their menstrual cycle. And because they got the nutrients inside their body and cleaned themselves out that they didn't even feel it. They just came on.
Yeah.
So they're like, I didn't even know that. I knew that I have this, that, and that.
Yeah.
I say, yeah.
The
Once you
symptoms
get
were
the
there.
nutrients, that goes away. Once you understand, I got to get away from all this plastic. They help reduce the fibroids. They help reduce the breast cancer that we're seeing in women. We'll change all this. Once we realize, hey, I need to get more selenium inside my system because selenium is a super antioxidant, which will stop and cut down on breast cancer. It will also stop selenium inside men. It holds it inside our testicle. Well, if you got enough selenium inside your testicle, you don't have to worry about prostate cancer. A lot of black men are dealing with prostate cancer. So we just got to understand how these nutrients work inside our body. And that's what I try to teach people and break it down simple form and just spoon feed to people. Because I know if I go too much, I'm going to lose. If I use all these scientific words, I'm going to lose them. So I just try to have a conversation like you and I having and just give them a little bit at a time and just have them keep coming back for more and more and more. And once they got enough, then I say, join my Patreon. Because in my Patreon, I teach classes and I really go in more deep on every part of the body and everything we deal with.
What about detox? How often do you feel like we should be detoxing?
I think the proper detox is a detox every time we go into a different season.
Okay.
That's what I suggest. So that'd be like every 3 months.
Right.
You should be detoxing.
Detoxing.
Yep.
Yeah.
It could go anywhere. If you consistent like that, it could be 3 to 7 days. But if you ain't doing it like say twice a year, then you need to do 14 days twice a year.
Right.
If you ain't doing it once a year, then you need to do at least 21 to 30 days twice a year. Once a year. So it depends on how often you do it, determine how long you should do it for. And like I tell people with water fasting, I don't suggest water fasting during this time of year. I suggest like from March or April in the spring all the way to the summer, September maybe, because your body has to maintain a certain temperature. When you're not taking in no food, no energy, your body got to work even harder to maintain its energy, and you're going to find yourself even colder. So you're actually doing more damage than good by fasting during the winter months when it's cold.
What would be your tips for like people who are looking for, like, let's say for whatever reason they can't get in with you, for whatever reason they can't talk to you, what would be the qualifiers that you should look for in like a holistic nutritionist or somebody that can guide you on that particular path? Because in my opinion, like how I talk about the starting five, like you should always have a starting five. These are the main people you should have in your life. I feel like that should also be like a holistic practitioner, somebody that's on your team to make sure that the physical stay, ready. And so what would be your qualifiers
I
to
would
make
say
sure you got the right
talk to
person?
actually, do they know about spiritual, emotional, and physical? Do they understand that dynamic? Do they listen to you? Are they asking you? When I do start a conversation, first thing I ask them, what's going on? Just by me listening to them, like I say, I can understand. So then I know what question to ask and where to go. So they need to really listen to you. Or are you listening to me? Because just tell us, well, go take these herbs or go eat these foods. They still going to mess up. They need to know why.
Right.
And if they can't tell you why you need to do certain things, then don't do it. Because people come to me, I say it's not a quick fix. It's a lifestyle change, but you don't understand it. You cannot do it properly, and you're going to quit because you only stay to something. You only stay true to something you understand. If you don't understand it, you're going to stop. So when you're looking for a holistic person, make sure they understand you as a black person for one. If you're black, because a lot of people like to go to Chinese medicine, but Chinese medicine study Chinese people. Chinese people have the least amount of bone density like Europeans. So their regimen and portion size is to their people. We're not their people. So we're going to still not be right. Yeah, they might give us the right herbs, but the amount we should be taking is not going to match who we are.
Right.
So I tell people, try to find someone who understands you as a black person and understand you as a spiritual, physical, and mental aspect and emotions. They have to understand that. They understand if they only know herbs, then use them for just herb. help you understand the herbs.
Right.
If you find someone who's wanting no emotions, use it for understanding emotions. But you know what I'm saying? But the goal is that if you can find all that in one, great. But if you can't, you know, you got to chop it up in other people.
Right. Use them for the expertise that they serve. Like you
Exactly.
know, oh, I need to go to this person to get this type of remedy. Then
Hmm.
that's what you use, but not the holistic wellness piece.
Hmm.
Right.
And also learn the basics. You might not want to learn be deep as you and I, but learn the basics because you know the basics. Now, when you go to whoever, your holistic practitioner, your general doctor, or what they call now functional medicine, whoever you go to, you can be a partner and not looking at it from a position of a patient where they hear and you hear. Y'all are a team. This is your body that they're working on. You should go there like, you know what? Like when I go to my mechanic, I say, man, my car is missing. I think I might need a spark plug, check the wires. I'm telling him what to do, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? So now he know I know about cars, and you can't just tell me anything.
Right.
So that's what I suggest. Learn the basic of yourself.
Mm,
Learn your lifestyle because you know you're a high earner. It comes with a high stress. So I should know I need to be doing something for my liver all the
right.
time because my liver is compromised by being in this state of stress for
A
so
flight
long.
all the time.
So, yes, exactly. I need to make sure I'm getting massages. I need to make sure that I have certain serenaries and whatever you call that word
Mm-hmm.
inside my house.
Mm-hmm.
I need to. All these things are very important to understanding your lifestyle
Right.
to match to bring balance.
Right.
Because if you have a high stress job, you come home to a high stress house, your body's staying in a high stress.
Right. It's never regulating.
It's
It's
never
always gonna be
regulated.
dysregulated.
Yeah,
Always.
yeah, yeah.
And that's the key. It's like, what do we, I think that's been my biggest thing is like bringing people in that really understand it from a holistic perspective and that can tell you just like what you just said. Like, okay, boom, well, you know you already are in fight or flight all the time. What are you doing to incorporate, tools and techniques that actually like calm that down? That
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
actually put you in a state of ease. I think because I was on an hour early. We're not gonna talk about that. I forgot I'm on Mountain Time. I'm not on the same time that you on. So I was on like an hour early, but what we were talking about is today's prompt. Like I knew early in my journey because I've always been an entrepreneur that I had to go outside. So it's like scheduled on my phone. It's scheduled in my time blocking for the day. Go ground. Like, go outside, go hug a tree, go sit in the grass. I don't care where you at, how crazy it look to everybody else. Go outside because I realized that as soon as I would get outside, my body will automatically go into like regulation. It will automatically calm me down. It will automatically put me in a state of ease no
Hmm.
matter what was going on. So I knew that that had to be a necessity moving forward.
Hmm.
So what are those things as a high performer, or if you just in this life, because life be life down here.
Life be like.
So like if you know that that's what's going on, what are you incorporating besides, oh, I'm stressed, and now the doctor done gave you some medication for high blood pressure, because that's typically
Mhm.
what's gonna happen.
Yeah, yeah,
Or
and
whatever
that's
it is that's
understanding that.
wreaking havoc.
Yeah, and not understanding that the diet, understanding that if I eat a very acidic diet, it's going to pull calcium from my bones to neutralize it. If I pull in too much, if I stay eating this diet, it's going to overburn out my
Mm,
parathyroids because I don't have enough vitamin D inside my system because I'm not outside.
right.
And my vitamin D, I'm taking vitamin D supplements, or I am going outside, I'm getting this vitamin D, but I'm still having this issue
Hmm.
because you don't have magnesium inside your system to activate the vitamin D so that it can do its job.
Right.
So just, if you're a high earner, take some time to understand you. Take some time to understand the simple part of chemistry with the body. Get with someone like myself who understand, who know how to give it to you in a simple form.
Right.
I don't try to sound all super smart. No, I want people to get it because it's not about me. I understand it. I get it. I can shut down everything and go on my merry way because I understand it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we have to understand that, this world we are living, everything is connected. The frequency of the earth, the frequency of the sun is all connected to us. And everything is, the frequency is rising. And when it rises, this is why we're seeing people coming up with stage 4 cancer like that. Because everything is moving at a faster pace. All diseases is moving at a faster pace. So therefore, we have to counter that and really be focused on getting enough nutrients inside our body. Be focused on getting outside. You have to be intentional. Getting outside, getting the nutrients inside your body. Meditation, being grateful, being gratitude of the thing. Stop focusing on what you don't have or what you can't do, and focus on what you can and what you do have, and everything else will work itself out.
Yeah.
Those are the things that we have to do right now to stay healthy in today's life. While life be life.
All the time. Okay, it ain't gonna stop. It ain't gonna stop.
It ain't gonna stop.
So how can they find you? Like, where do they need to contact you at? Do they just DM you? Can we go to, like, what's your website? What's all the info? Can you
Well, they can
let us know?
DM me at Rome Lite Herbs. They can go to RomeLiteHerbs.com. That's my website. You can send an email or send me a message over there. And if you want, if your people want to get some of the best water that you can actually put inside your body, let me see. This is me turning around. With the camera. Yeah. See, this is my plant. We just got through running, so they're about to come in and do a cleanup for the next shift. We have an evening shift that's going on. So this is the box that we should cut one open for you guys. Right here.
Yes.
This is it. Zanies magnesium. When I talk about this all natural magnesium in glass bottles, so you have to worry about the microplastic, all glass, and it's all, like I said, it's all natural. It's from the springs, nothing added. Nothing added at all. And you go to that website is zaniesmagnesiumh2o.com. That's the website. You know, I also have a Instagram that's on there, Zanies Magnesium. That's the Instagram handle. I think it's Zanies Magnesium H2O. I think that's it. But yeah, but you have the Rome Lite Herbs on my page. You get a lot of information. You can join my Patreon, so you can, if you want to learn more about the body, or just hit me up through the website. So
I appreciate you so much. You always drop a whole bunch of nuggets and gems. I'm over here thinking to myself, I was like, I feel like he stepped on my toes like at least twice in this deck. I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna do better. So
man, that's all. The thing is, once you understand it, it's not about being perfect. It's about understanding balance. There's no such thing as cure. It's balance. You go too far this way, you out of balance. You go too far that way, you out of balance. It's the pineal, and like, you know, they make it everybody think bipolar. Like Dr. Africa, we supposed to be bipolar. It's like having a mother and a father. Two sides of the polar. You learn from both sides. The problem is when you don't have both sides. That's where the disease come in at. Because you ain't have your mother, you're not understanding your father ways that's within you. If you just have your father, you're not understanding your mother ways that's in you. So we all want to be bipolar. We don't want to be stuck on one polar. That's what you don't want.
listen, see, that's a whole nother life. We ain't even going there today. That's a whole other
Okay.
life. I appreciate you again.
I appreciate
Y'all
you
make
too.
sure y'all go follow him, please. He drops so much information, and go order water. Definitely the herbs. I know we just ordered like an ass load of herbs the other day, so definitely get that in. Do the detoxing, do the rebirth. It's gonna change your life.
Change your life, yeah. One day at a time. It's a lifestyle change.
Absolutely.
And you fall off, get up.
Right.
Oh, I smell off how to do it. So what?
Right.
Some days I don't get
Start
my
off.
urge. I was so busy. I ran out the house, this, that, and I didn't get it in.
Right.
It's all right. Just get back up.
Right. That's
And
what.
just know we're in a spiritual war now, y'all. We're not in a physical war no. It's spiritual. And the only thing that's holding you back is you, because you don't want to drop the old beliefs. And remember that these old beliefs stems from when we was kids. Just like driving a car. How many times something's on your mind and you passed up your exit because you wasn't paying attention for what was driving? The subconscious. So that shit is real. And I just gave you a perfect example. And everybody done experienced that before.
That one. She said,
Okay?
give yourself grace.
Give
Absolutely.
yourself
Give
grace.
yourself some grace.
So once you give yourself grace, you allow yourself to give others grace.
Oh,
And you see the creator in everything,
absolutely.
not just in the sky. As we've
Absolutely.
been programmed to see.
Right. You see it in everything.
and everything. Yep.
We are the reflection. All right,
Yep.
brother. I appreciate you again. I will talk to
Uh,
you soon. I'm gonna be messaging you real soon.
okay,
All right,
babe. All right. Okay,
later.
bye.
So there was another one of our great people, always dropping so many gems. I hope that y'all had y'all notebooks out because he just gave y'all a free game for real. If you are not familiar with him, I'll make sure I tag him in this video. Make sure you follow him. He always is dropping so much information, so much insight on how we can take care of this physical temple better. And then his water is amazing. When I used to be in Arizona, that's all I used to order is his water. I used to be on his water and my coconut water. That's it. That's it. So make sure that you order the water. He does ship. I think only in the States though, but he does ship out. And yeah, there you have it. I ain't even got nothing else to say because he done gave the people what they want. I'm getting ready to go and take my ass outside because it's 70 some degrees today and enjoy this natural, lovely weather that Mama Earth decided to bless us with in this moment. All right. I will talk to y'all soon. Peace.